National Federation of the Blind. Live the life you want.
Hi, my name is Anil Lewis. I'm the Executive Director of the National Federation of the Blind Jernigan Institute, and I'm here with David Ruiz. He's the President of UPS Florida, and we're pleased to have him here in Orlando, Florida at the 2014 National Federation of the Blind National Convention. Dave, thanks for spending time with us.
Well, thank you so very much for having us.
Now, what motivates UPS to even be here helping us with your volunteer outreach efforts? Why did you choose the Federation?
I think a couple of things. I think one, UPS, as you most likely know, we're very engaged with the communities that we live and work in. And I think part of our DNA is that we always like to give back. Mm-hmm. And so we have, as an organization, obviously a lot of community involvement, but not only that, I think our folks personally like to give it themselves and just go out there and it makes them a little bit better as well.
And that's been very obvious with the interaction I've seen. 3,000 people here at a hotel that are coming to have their lives changed by the philosophy of the National Federation of the Blind, who shows that blind people can live the lives they want, that blindness is only a characteristic. We need people who are around us that are going to be providing those supports to help us transition in that space. And I've been really impressed with the way that the UPS volunteers kind of get right in and do that difficult work, because it's not about doing for people. Your guys seem to meet the need of the individuals that we have here in a real way. Do you do anything specific to get them prepared for this?
I think it's just some of the qualities of our folks. I think it becomes part of what we call the leadership competencies and the balance that they have. So they have their job, their first and foremost job, right, which is to pick up and deliver packages. But I think some of the other things that we look at is balance, right? As an individual, as a human being, do we have that right balance to understand the communities that we serve? And many of the organizations like the National Federation of the Blind, I think when I hear a little bit of your story and what you're trying to tell folks is that, you know what, don't treat us any different. As a matter of fact, keep the same standards that you have, and maybe even raise them a bit. And I know that UPS has some pretty high standards, so we think we can go ahead and help support that mission.
I think that's been the beauty of this relationship. There's so much there's so much synergy between what UPS does and how they operate to the National Federation of the Blind and what we think of ourselves and how we operate. I know that UPS does logistics. I know that's the new slogan. But I'm really happy and pleased that you guys are here, because in my knowledge of UPS and their employees, a lot of people think that it's a very formal environment, but every UPS employee I've met is really endeared to one another, and we like to do that with the Federation as well. We're one big family, and it's obvious that you guys see yourselves as one big family as well. Would you say that's true?
I'd say that's absolutely true. I think, first of all, just to touch base on, you were talking about the synergies, I think they are very, very similar, right? I think our values and really the morals that we have, right, are very aligned. So it works well for our organization. And then I think the part that you mentioned about family, family is very important to me personally, but also to UPS. So I think we always have that UPS family, but we also have our immediate families out there. And you'll see as you have seen the last couple of days, that not only does the UPS family come out here to support what we're doing, but their families, right? The families of the UPSers give themselves to come out here and support the UPS family as well as the National Federation of the Blind. And I think that's outstanding. I think it's excellent.
I agree, and I love the fact you got what I got. You recognize that we both benefit from this relationship. We're benefiting from the expert volunteer efforts of UPS employees, and that by their interaction with us, we're hoping that we're raising their game a little bit as well, giving them an opportunity to experience part of life that they would otherwise not be able to.
I think you're spot on. I think one of the things that sometimes we don't realize is as we go out there and help communities and support them, sometimes folks think it's a one-way type of transaction, for lack of a better term, right? That we're just out there giving ourselves. And what I found out over the years, and even talking with some of our folks, is that they benefit just as much, sometimes even more, from this kind of relationship. So I think it's a win-win. It's absolutely a win-win. I think it helps grow the character of our UPSers, and also lets the community know that we care about helping others, and if we can just give a little bit that means a lot to people, then we've made a difference.
Makes all the difference.
We made a difference.
And I love the fact I mentioned to you earlier that UPS does logistics. This is a big undertaking. We take over this hotel in a real way, so we do logistics as well. But the one that resonates with me is the previous slogan, "What can Brown do for you?" And I just appreciate the fact that what Brown is doing for us this whole week, it's making a difference, and it's helping us impact people in a real way. Changing lives every day is what we do. And I love the fact that UPS employees go to work and recognize that what they do change lives as well.
Well, it's our pleasure to come out here and go ahead and be part of this great organization and your annual event. So thank you very much.
Dave, thank you for your time, and I just want you to remember, we in the National Federation of the Blind recognize that it's respectable to be blind, that blind people can live the life that they want, and we just want you to understand that we're open, and you just let us know what blind can do for you.
I love it. Thank you very much, Steele. Appreciate it.
For more information about the National Federation of the Blind, please visit www.nfb.org or call 410-659-9314.